What's going on, boys? Norm here. We are in the flavor lab, and what we're doing today, an old-fashioned whiskey cocktail. All right, boys, so this is not a super difficult thing to make, but I have my own little twist that I like to do on this. Generally, old-fashioned is just whiskey of some sort with some bitters, some simple syrup. Now, simple syrup is basically just half and half water and sugar that you cook down on the stove until the sugar completely dissolves. I don't do it exactly like that. I have my own little twist on it. So here's what we're gonna need to do mine. I like to get Maker's Mark Kentucky Bourbon. Kentucky Bourbon, I love it. I went down to Louisville, Kentucky once for a job and fell in love with this stuff. It's fantastic. It's like almost like caramel, but like alcohol. It's 45%, real good. I get this stuff. You can get your own kind of bourbon. You can use another kind of whiskey if you want. It's gonna work, but this is my go-to. Trust me on this one. We're gonna need some bitters. Now, you can get your bitters at the grocery store. They're usually around the non-alcoholic beer, stuff like that, bar mixes and everything like that. They'll have that there in like a Sobeys or a Superstore or whatever you guys have. An orange. We're just gonna use a little bit of that peel. Some maraschino cherries, or cocktail cherries, some people might call them, or some places might call them or have them labeled as that. And some ice. That's really it. So I'm gonna put this together really quick. Now, I have these giant ice cubes that I like. It looks a lot nicer in the glass. Now, usually you'd use a highball or something like that. Now, I just go with the mason jar. But I grew up in the woods, so mason jar for everything pretty much. Also lets people know that when you're done your drink, if they fuck around, you might fight them. So when you're drinking from a mason jar, definitely advise knows, right? So anyways, all you want to do is add to that a couple shakes of bitters. It says 3 usually. I give about 4 or 5. I think I got a little extra in that time. That's all right. A little bit of bitters. Oh, and instead of the simple syrup, here's what I use. Pure maple syrup. So what I do is I add about 1 tablespoon of that. Now that's gonna make it a little sweeter. Now I think for a regular old fashioned, you're probably not gonna go with a whole tablespoon, but I use the tablespoon because I like it a little bit sweet, and this is gonna be a double anyways, or 2 shots. A regular would probably be a shot and a half. So I'm gonna go with about 2 standard shot glasses. I don't have good measuring ones here. So 1, 2. Then we're gonna take our orange. Now you can use a paring knife if you want, but if you just have a regular peeler like that, you can use that. Now some people just use a little slice. What I like to do, I like to try to go all the way around the orange if I can, and get like a nice thick slice. Now again, this is a little unorthodox, but this is how I do it. Because what would be the point of doing a flavor lab if it was the same way everybody else did their shit? This is different. This is how we do it. Now, a lot of the time people will do a little twist. Some people will do a little, just one little tiny strip. I like to roll it up, give it a little press to kind of release those oils, and then I stick that in there right into the glass. So what's gonna happen is that's almost gonna look like a flower in there. I don't know, kind of nice. Then we're gonna get 1 cherry, drop that in as well. Give that a little swirl, buzz. And that's it. We're done. It's cocktail hour. So, don't have too many of these. Again, this is about 45% alcohol. That is 2 shots, so don't drive after that either. This is something you're gonna wanna sip on for a little bit. Fantastic. Now, if you don't like really hard liquor, what you're gonna do is let that ice melt just a little tiny bit, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna take away a little bit of that strong burning from the alcohol. This one is not too harsh on it anyway, so I find that goes down fairly smooth. So, give me 2 seconds. We're gonna give this a little taste. Perfect. All right, boys, so I just went and tidied up a little bit of the mess that I had here. Gave that ice just about 2 minutes to kind of just melt down a little bit. I give it a little swirl, get some of the oils from the orange peel in there. That's a fine drink right there. So I'm gonna try to do a couple more cocktails because I know that Bias in the Lab likes to have a drink every once in a while. And I mean, I'm a big craft beer guy, but you know, got to keep that weight down a little bit. So this is probably going to be a little less calories for you. But anyways. Oh yeah. Oh, that's delicious. You get a little hit of that bitter. You get some of the nice orange smell in there from the peel. It's nice and cold. We got that big giant ice cube that's in there, keeping it cool. You get a little bit of that sweet from the maple syrup at that scissor. Guys, that's a good drink. All right, so give that a shot. Let me know what you think. I like to hear from you guys. Any feedback, loves it. So anyways, let me know. And I guess don't be going home thirsty. Get after it, guys. See you next time.